Since the beginning of the show American Pickers, the dynamic duo of Frank Fritz and Mike Wolfe became the face of the History TV network. However, it all changed when Frank announced his exit from the show. His last appearance was in a March 2020 episode. His sudden disappearance from the show raised many questions, but it was later revealed that he took a hiatus due to his health concern. The one half of the Pickers duo, Frank's exclusion from the show will definitely leave a substantial hole in the hearts of the fans. The show have so far benefited from the unique interpersonal dynamic between Frank Fritz and Mike Wolfe. Although the network hasn't announced a replacement for Frank, it will definitely be pretty hard for anyone to fill his shoes. Besides, there are many unanswered questions regarding Frank's life, and today we shall uncover all of them. In today's video, let us find out some untold truth regarding his life. But before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update on your favorite stars. His early life. Born on October 11, 1965 in Davenport, Iowa, Frank is the only son between Susan K. Zerbis and Bill Fritz. His parents never married and they separated soon after his birth. Frank never had any sort of relationship with his biological dad. After the separation between his parents, Frank was then raised by his mother and his stepfather Richard Dake Zerbis, whom his mother married back in 1974. Sadly, his mother passed away at the age of 67 in December 2013. Fritz spent the major portion of his childhood in Mount Street, Davenport. He began picking from a young age. Since his early childhood, Frank was into collecting. His interest in collecting treasure out of junk started when he enrolled in the Sodlow Intermediate School in Davenport. Back then, he used to collect stuff like rocks, beer cans, stamps, and coins. Frank used to follow the train tracks from his home to the village of East Davenport, where he would often find discarded items that were left by hobos riding the railroad. He always had a knack of finding treasures in the midst of discarded items, and rightfully so. His skills later on led to his acclaimed role in the series American Picker. For him, what started out as a childhood activity turned into a full-time hobby. Before American Pickers, Frank worked as a fire inspector. Many of us first found out about Frank from the show American Picker. However, the man had a different life before. He used to work as a fire inspector. During his time as an inspector, he used to cover the area from Des Moines to Cedar Falls. Although he was working a different profession at the time, his interest in collecting never died down. Even then, he was picking up firefighter and firehouse related trinkets. One day, Frank bought an item for $15, which he later sold for an enormous amount of $475. His huge profit margin incited a fire in him, and Frank decided to do this for a living. Subsequently, he quit his job in 2002 and established a company called Frank's Finds. Talking about his life back then, Fritz said, "I was in the position to be able to do it. A lot of people in this world are smarter, have more money, know more about stuff, but they haven't chosen the direction or come to that crossroads in their life." He joined American Pickers in 2010. The show made its debut on 18th of January 2010. Its premiere had 3.1 million viewers, which made it the highest rated debut show in the History Network. Frank joined the show alongside his longtime friend Mike Wolfe and Danielle Colby, who runs the Antique Archaeologist's office. Frank first met Mike Wolfe in high school. Around the time when Frank was in his late teens, he joined the Bettendorf High School. It was here that he first came across Mike Wolfe, who later became his co-star. Back then, Mike was more oriented towards collecting items such as old bicycles and discarded jack-o'-lanterns. They remained close friends for years before eventually their friendship turned into the dynamic duo that won over the hearts of many fans across the globe. Frank left American Picker in the middle of 21st season. After appearing in the show for a decade, Frank suddenly disappeared from the show. His last episode aired in March 2020, a few months before the finale of the 21st season. At the time, neither Frank nor the network divulged any details regarding his exit. Because fans weren't able to know what the reason was, they started speculating that it might be due to COVID-19 pandemic or maybe his underlying health issue. All the rumors ended when Fritz gave an all-exclusive interview to The Sun and revealed what was really going on. In his own words, Frank said, "I didn't leave the show. I finished shooting and then I had a little back surgery and the pandemic came." Feud between Frank and Mike Wolfe. By now, many of you might have definitely known about the battle between Frank and Mike. Their feud started when Frank, in an interview with The Sun, lashed out at his former co-star Mike. In response to Mike's Instagram post regarding his departure from the show, Frank said, "Mike's statement was bullcrap. Somebody wrote it out for him." In addition, Frank also mentioned that he and Wolfe were never friends. According to him, when he was struggling after his back surgery, Mike never even once checked on him. Regardless of what might have transpired between the co-stars, one thing is for certain: Frank is officially out of the show and we will definitely miss his presence. His personal life. Frank is an extremely secretive person when it comes to his personal life. As of now, his current relationship status remains a big secret. That being said, the man was once engaged to a woman named Diann Bankson. Initially, he started sharing pictures with his ex-fiancée since 2016. When they were still in a relationship, the former flames used to live at Frank's farmhouse in Iowa. Things were going peacefully between the two until everything fell apart. In a court document obtained by the Sun, his fiancée Diann sued him for negligence. The document was filed in January 2020. According to the docs, Frank caused Diann to suffer from third-degree burns after fireworks exploded in their residence. Furthermore, Diann also claimed Frank cheated on her. The incident happened back in November of 2018 when she found him in a bed with another woman. He is a motorbike enthusiast. Frank loves motorcycles. Ever since he was young, he had a dream of collecting vintage motorcycles. He has a big collection of motorbikes, which he often showcases in various events like Daytona Bike Week, AIM Expo, the National Motorcycle Museum, and the KC Remodel Plus Garden Show. His collections includes, but not limited to, Honda 750 and Heinz 57 1954 Harley-Davidson Panhead motorcycle.
That made me fired right up.
Oh yeah, she's a good old. She gets temperamental sometimes.
Well, yeah. I don't want to walk off this property without this knucklehead. It's a $30,000 bike, and I'm ready to step up if he'll consider an offer.
Well, that is all for today. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and comment down below what did you think about Frank's exclusion from the show.